All right, hello, welcome everyone to our Team Rise Up training on ChatGPT, specifically Kopy Kraft. If you have no idea what I just said, that's okay. You're in good hands. We're gonna teach you and get you going. So give me a second here to should have did that. All right, but I'm gonna share my screen and you guys can see my slide deck, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay, great. All right, so here we go, ChatGPT. I'm going to kind of give you the rundown because I think it's super beneficial to just have an overview. I always like doing a 30,000-foot overview of why this matters and why it's important to you. And then we can get into the nitty-gritty. So here's the deal. ChatGPT is your shortcut to confident, consistent content. And it's how you are never, ever going to say ever again, I don't know what to post. So, have you ever stared at your phone and thought, I have no idea what to post? Don't worry, you're not alone. Most affiliates struggle with consistency because they don't know what to say or how to say it. And that's exactly why Wes Bewley created Kopy Kraft, and we're going to speak more to that. It's basically just a customized ChatGPT AI bot. Think of it like your personal content assistant for growing your Make Wellness business. I always say it's the best assistant I have ever had. So, why most people struggle to post consistently? You overthink what to say, you're afraid of saying the wrong thing, you think that you need to sound like an expert, or maybe you just don't know how to connect your story to your product in a way that you feel comfortable quite yet. Confidence comes from clarity, and clarity comes from Kopy Kraft. So, what if you had a tool that could write with you? Not for you, but with you. Now, this is really super important because now that AI is becoming more and more popular, personally, and I know others as well, but personally, I can get on social media and scroll and I can pinpoint who is using ChatGPT, or in our instance, Kopy Kraft. They're the, same thing essentially. So it's super important. This part is so crucial because we could just throw all of you into ChatGPT and just be like, here's a prompt, type it in there and see what it comes out, copy paste it, and throw it on social media. And you're just going to end up in a sea of all the same fish looking and sounding alike. So we want you to be able to know how to use this tool to work with you, not to become you. So it helps you sound like you. We don't want you sounding like a robot. So it gives you ideas, it gives you captions, it gives you hooks and stories. It removes the guesswork. This is what's so incredibly powerful. Instead of us spending time, thinking of what to post or coming up with a framework or, rewriting a story, when we use this as a tool, it removes the guesswork and it helps give you momentum and it helps you show up confidently. So what is Kopy Kraft or ChatGPT? Like I said, it's a virtual assistant. It's powered by AI, which is ChatGPT. It is a customized specifically for Make Wellness. So the Kopy Kraft one was made specifically with Make Wellness content. So it knows everything about Make. So let's just say in prior, experiences within this industry, you would have to go to a training, right? You would have to like read the ingredients. You would have to read about the product. You would have to listen to this and listen to that person speak and take notes and maybe practice. And I'm already tired just saying all of that. What this now does is it houses all of that. So you can hop in and ask it a question about, I've got energized and hydrated in here. And I can say, like, hey, I'm drinking an energized and hydrated drink. Like, how can I share about this in my stories? Give me 3 bullet points that someone would want to be able to take this product. That is what is one of the absolute most powerful things about this tool is that it has all of Make Wellness's products, research, science, corporate staff. I mean, like anything possible. So, especially if you're like me and you're newer to the Make Wellness world, you guys, this is a dream. It is also it knows our brand, your voice, your audience, and your product. So that's kind of more of what we put into it. So 3 ways that this is going to help you win. It's going to give you clarity. You're going to know exactly what to post and why, right? I am so much more about the layer underneath the layer, right? Because we can throw up anybody can throw up anything on the internet. Anybody can show up and say something. But we want to be methodical. We want to be intentional. We are here because we want to make a difference. We want to impact people's lives. We want to help people. So we don't want to just throw things up for the sake of being loud and noisy. We want to know exactly what to post and why we are posting it, where we are taking our prospect on this journey to becoming a customer or an affiliate. It's going to help you feel and sound confident, right? I think one of the things that we hear most often is, I just don't want to sound, salesy or sleazy, It's going to allow you to speak like yourself, but more confidently. And it's going to help you be consistent. You guys, this is one of the big, big powerhouses because it helps you show up every single day. We are all busy. We're either chasing kids or we're chasing grandkids, and we've got full-time jobs or part-time jobs, or we're volunteering in the community, or maybe we just want to binge Netflix for an evening. I mean, we are all busy. So this helps us stay on track and stay consistent. And here's what I want to say. If you can type a text message, you can utilize Kopy Kraft and ChatGPT. I promise you. I want to share this quick because it's so important, because I think in our day and age, in our world, and especially our type of people who want to help people, we have to deal with perfectionism, right? And I always say done is better than perfect. And we sometimes don't do things because we're scared we're going to fail. So take a listen to this.
Failure is essential. If I can promise you one thing for certain, you will fail. The bigger the dream, the bigger the risk. But what's the price if you don't take the risk? If you don't commit to the dream? You might end up overmatched, but maybe you won't. I failed publicly. I failed miserably. There were days I literally cried because I was so bad. My first season as a professional, I made 56 errors. And for the non-baseball fans, that's hard to do intentionally. And that's also not funny. But you, me, every one of us has to learn to deal with failure. I wouldn't have had the success without the failures. It's your job to make sure that a speed bump doesn't become a roadblock. Success, it's hard. That's why we celebrate. It's why champagne is sprayed all over the locker room after winning a World Series.
So good. How do I get to the next page? Not letting me switch. There we go. Okay, so I just thought that was so good, you guys, because we have to be bad. We start out not very good, and that's okay. That is your permission slip for not being the best immediately. So this is what ChatGPT/Kopy Kraft looks like. So if you do not already have this on your phone or your iPad or your laptop, there is a QR code there for you to scan. So all you have to do is open up your phone camera, hover over the QR code, and then a little yellow tag will show up on the bottom. And you click that, and then it's going to automatically pull up ChatGPT. If you already have ChatGPT on your phone, it's going to automatically put you into Kopy Kraft. And then all you have to do is click Start the Party. And this is what it shows up. You click Start the Party and it automatically starts talking to you. It says, let's go. Kopy Kraft is officially in party mode and fully loaded with. Now, this is what I was talking about. It already has in its data, in its memory, it already has everything that has to do with make product data. So calm, energized, the Mind and Motivation Collection, the Muscle and Metabolic Collection, the Power Trio Collection, the Peak Performance, the new Restored Sleep Peptide, and Fit and Lean. It already has all of that information in there. And then Wes has also added in legendary sales copy frameworks. And then he lists there a bunch of all of the amazing persuasion playbooks and sales letters and copywriting and all of the things that would literally take us a decade to learn and study and grow in. And then he also has uploaded the Instagram selling psychology and content templates, which is perfect for those of us who are wanting to grow on Instagram. So before we pop the champagne, let's set the stage so I know exactly what kind of content party you want me to throw. So it's speaking to you. So then right below that, it has us. It says, pick your vibe. What would you like to create? And so now for us, we can type in there because we're going to be focusing on a voiceover reel. Or if you're on here and you're watching the recording, you can click whatever you want. If you want to, put an Instagram post up, if you want to create a carousel, if you want a reel post, one of my favorite things is to really figure out a topic that I want to speak to and figure out a really good hook. And then I get some good verbiage flowing. And then I use that and I have ChatGPT help me. I use that and I ask it to help me make a 7-second looping reel. All right. And then I ask it to turn it into a 6-slide carousel post. And then I ask it to help me put it into a long form text for Facebook. And then I'll say, hey, I want to make 3 to 5 story slides. Let's like break this up. Like, how can I make this work for my audience? So then at this point, you can put in then whatever it is that you are wanting to pick. Now, the next part is where, as you can see up there in the top right, I put voiceover reel. So then it said, love it. We're switching gears to create your voiceover reel, your audio business card. I've never heard it say that way. That instantly shows range, tone, and emotional power. Anytime you can show your face and speak on social media, you guys just set yourself so far above and beyond everything else that is out there. So, regardless of what you choose, it is going to ask you a few more specific questions. And so I'll just briefly touch on these to help you. Do not overcomplicate this like I would. Just pick a few things that come top of mind. So your voice type, how would you describe your sound? Are you warm and conversational? Are you confident and corporate? Are you youthful and energetic, sultry and cinematic? Personally, I would pick something like bold and certain, but also like I always say big sister energy. Like I want to be that person that people are like, I can go to her because I know her, I like her, and I trust her. But she's not overly professional. She's not overly corporate. Certainly not sultry, but so just pick a few words that resonate with you. Like, who are you? If your best friend called you and needed help, or if you were to ask someone, what do I sound like to you? What would they say? Do you sound encouraging? Are you confident? Or is this how you want? Maybe you're like, Wendy, I'm not confident. That's why I'm using this, is because I want to become confident. Put confident, because that's what you are trying to embody. The next is target market. Who are you trying to attract? That is when I always speak and say ideal client or ideal customer. It's our target market. It's all the same thing. It's that person that we are wanting to speak to. And most often, it is the version of us from 5 years ago or 10 years ago, maybe 2 months ago, right? It is you, maybe just a little less experienced with life. And so, for examples here, they have commercial clients, e-learning, character work, trailers, radio imaging, brand narration, and social ads. So basically, what I would put there is, I'm looking for a tired, exhausted mom. Let's just keep it simple, okay? Especially like if you wanting to speak to restored, you're gonna put in there, I'm looking for a tired, exhausted, salon owner who has grandkids, who is having trouble sleeping at night and just maybe thinks like there's no option out there. You can also put in desired length. It says here most reels are 45 to 90 seconds. How long do you want yours? Your range and niches, this is optional. So any specific tones you want to show off. Serious, playful, luxury, tech, mom next door, storyteller, motivational, etc. I always say things like I want to inspire, motivate, and equip people to make better decisions for them and their lives. And so that is all I have for slides. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing there. So now you guys can come off mute and we can ask a few questions. If any of that resonated, makes sense, if you need any clarification, I kind of went through that super fast, but I wanted to be able to give you guys the nitty gritty so that we can also have that for you to go back and watch and review. So I'll open it up now for Q&A.
I got on it last night and played around with it.
Good job.
And it, I spent a many hours on it actually. And it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. When you can really hone in on, and we've got some good prompts that I can also share with you too. It's just really awesome. You know, and I always say we don't want to replace ourselves, right? We don't want to become a robot, but to be able to have an assistant sitting
Yeah.
next to us, you know, and if you say, "Man, I really want a post today about how the muscle and metabolic collection could help a woman in menopause." And then you hop on there and you say that. And sometimes, you know, Lynette, if you're on your phone, you can voice message to it too. So you don't have to sit there and type. That's sometimes if I'm like running out the door with kids, I literally will pull up my phone and I will say, "Hey, I'm thinking about, I want to do this because I want to share this," you know, and sometimes you can even ask it, like, would this be better as a carousel slide or would it be best as a Facebook Live or should I do a reel? You have options. And yes, just play with it for sure. I'm so proud of you, Lynette.
Well, thank you. I'm almost frustrated. So I have to be honest. It is frustrating, but it's taken me out of my comfort zone. And I am a person that sticks with it and it's not going to get me down. But it is this technology part of all this it's got me. But I'm working on it. And I posted last night about when I fell off my treadmill.
Saw that.
I used that.
Yeah.
And so it was very helpful.
Okay, so what's frustrating you? Just learning new technology in general?
Yeah, for right now. You actually. So I was trying to get on my computer and
it's not working.
the Zoom is swirling and it's not working.
Well, Lynette, you're in good company because yesterday I tried getting on and my computer told me my speaker wasn't working. So it happens to all of us. And I got super frustrated and tried having my husband fix it and he was no help. And then all of a sudden it started working and then he took all the credit for it to work. So, I mean, that is just a part of
Right.
life and it's a part of the world we're living in today. And my best advice to you is don't take it personally, roll with the punches and just move on. Because, I mean, and when in doubt, unplug it and plug it back in. That's what I always shut it down. Shut it down. Power it back on. Try again. I mean,
well, the phone, it's my saving grace. The phone, I know how it works.
Yeah.
My eyeballs are just old and they can't see everything like I can like on a computer.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm so proud of you for stepping out of your comfort zone. That's so great. Lexi or Rebecca, do you have any questions or insight?
Mine was just to know what's different about how to use Kopy Kraft versus ChatGPT because I've been using ChatGPT for quite a long time. And so again, when I go in there and I can see it says Kopy Kraft at the top, are you saying it's linked though? So like what I put in Kopy Kraft is also in ChatGPT and vice versa?
Yeah. So basically, like if you, let's just say, um, for example purposes, you were in ChatGPT earlier talking about a situation that you were sharing to post about. And now
Yeah.
that you're in Kopy Kraft and you say like, hey, in Kopy Kraft, if you were to say, hey, remember last week when I was telling you about this situation? Can we use that and what I shared with you and pair it with, and then the reason you would want to use Kopy Kraft over just ChatGPT is because Kopy Kraft has all of the data and memory of all things make wellness. So it is the same thing. It has the same, like think of it, it has the same brain. It has the same memory. It's just like the Justin Prince version. It just has all of that information. So I'm using it specifically when I'm wanting to reach my target audience and I don't feel confident in maybe some stats for the company or maybe some history for Justin Prince or specifically ingredients or product. So then I will say, I really want to speak to my target audience about the Muscle and Metabolic Collection, and then I will ask it a question. So whereas with ChatGPT is wonderful for all things, if you were to say, "Hey ChatGPT, can you please tell me the ingredients in the muscle and metabolic?" It's going to probably be incorrect and pull something wonky out of the internet because it's a robot and still doesn't do things right. So that's where the memory is programmed into this chat GPT. So it like technically shouldn't get it wrong, right? Like it still obviously is a robot and we need to like cross-reference it all the time, but it's just going to be more prevalent to be able to give you answers that are directed towards us wanting information on chat GPT. Does that help connect those two?
Yeah, and then just because I haven't really used it just
Yeah.
right now, just like how I have under Chat GPT, I have, all these different things saved.
Yeah.
Does Copycraft do that separately too under it?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like I have a couple of my copy crafts open already. So then
Okay.
like if you wanted to start a new, because like I started one for like I was sending emails. Well, then I wanted to start a new one for a voiceover reel. And
Yeah.
then I started a new one for, like a Facebook post series. So like you can start new ones and then it will add to that list then down there. Yes.
Oh, I see. It's just adding it like
Yep.
Copycraft and Chat GPT together. It's not
Yep.
necessarily like a separate thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that
Yep.
makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Lexi?
Um, I honestly haven't used either of these things at all. Like this is my first time like typing
Great.
anything into it. But so will it keep all of your stuff like in the past? Like if you're typing this and you don't use it right now, like next time you go into it, is all of your stuff still there? Or is that only if you do the paid version?
Nope, it'll be there. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Is
like
there a
it's
certain
not,
amount of time or like it just
I
stays
think,
there indefinitely?
no, it stays there indefinitely. I mean,
I think with the unpaid version though, like you can use it too much in one day, right? Does that make
yeah,
sense? Like
yeah,
if you get to a certain point, like it'll say like you
yeah.
reached your max for the day and you can't like,
Hmm.
and I can't remember exactly what it is, but I think it's a decent amount. It's not like just one time or something.
Yeah, it's
Um,
like it's a decent amount, but then too, what happens then if you keep using it, like it doesn't perform as well. So that's the paid version is $20 a month. And it is when you get to that point and you are ready for that and you are able to do that, it is well worth it
Mhm.
because then it just works so much better.
what like do you have specific examples um of like what the difference is?
Of the
Or
paid and
like,
unpaid version?
yeah, or like
Yeah.
like what,
Yep.
or
So
are there
like for
different things that you can do with the paid version?
it has better memory.
Mhm.
It just it's a let me say it this way, it's a better working bot. So like we were on my husband's version and he didn't have the paid version and he was asking it some like serious questions in regards to like fixing something because that's what he uses his ChatGPT for. And he was running out of his bandwidth or whatever it is. And by like the end of the conversation, its answers were just not worthwhile. They were like junk. Like it just was
Mhm.
not computing properly. And that's probably, it's like the same thing, when your phone is getting ready for an upgrade and then all of a sudden it just starts not working. It's probably the same thing, right? So then the paid
Mhm.
version is basically like unlimited. So I don't have my paid version, I don't have issues with it running out of bandwidth or memory, or it's just like And then you can also share images. So like I will like journal in the mornings and I'm like, oh my gosh, that would make a really good post. So I take a picture and I'm like, can you turn this into 3 story slides? Well, with the unpaid version, you can only, I think, upload like 10 photos a day or something like that. So, I mean, like, it's still
Okay.
generous. It is still generous. So just play with it until you get to the point where you're like, okay, it's cutting me off and I will really wanted to get something done. And then you can upgrade. But you can totally use it not on the upgraded version at first.
Okay, so then, so like I just went in and said, like make me a story using energized and focused, like as like my pre-meeting mom brain stack or whatever, and so it put up the thing, and then I like said, okay, modify it to this instead. Because it was like 4 to 5 slides, and I just said, can you shorten it to 2?
Perfect.
But then, okay, with the stuff that it puts out, and I'm sorry that these are just questions for someone who's never used it at all before. So, but can you, like, is there a way to not have to retype all of their text? Or,
What do you
or
mean
do you,
retype all of their text?
well, like in like the hooks and stuff that it's giving you, or the things that it's saying to like, here's your idea for what to post. Is there like a way where you're not having to like go back and forth with like the retyping of it all?
Do you
You know
mean
what I
like,
mean?
you mean copy and pasting it over into the actual post in the social media app?
Yeah, like even if you weren't going to do it word for word, yes,
Well,
is
you
there a
can
way?
copy, like you can just like there's a copy button so you could copy everything,
Oh,
or
gotcha.
you can
Okay, I
just
see that now.
hover your finger over it and then like copy one sentence. You know, that's what I do. I flip back and forth. So I'll copy a sentence, hop over to Instagram, put it in, hop back over to ChatGPT, copy the next sentence, go back over, I piece it together. I don't copy the whole thing, throw it over on Instagram and post it because I do not want to sound like a robot. I just want it to help me
Okay.
give me ideas. And if you find yourself, this is for anyone listening, if you find yourself getting overwhelmed, just get out. Like either go for a walk, right? Go for a walk or like, I don't know, play a card game or like it's just not, as my kids say, it's not that deep, right? So like it's not that big of a deal. This is supposed to be a tool. This is not supposed to confuse us or make life harder. So if you find yourself getting overwhelmed or frustrated, just like put it aside. Put it aside. Go take action, right? Go live. Share your heart. Like that's what the internet needs. That's what people need. This is just for, I've posted 172 times and now I don't know what to post, right? Or I've been taking the muscle metabolic collection for 3 weeks. I think I'm noticing some some things, but not really a lot. Can you help me figure out maybe other things that I'm noticing that I'm not noticing, right? Okay, and then let's like post about that. The best thing that you can do with ChatGPT is ask keep asking questions. So like if it gives you something and you're like, I just don't like how that sounds, tell it that. Say that sounds too robotic. Can you please make it sound more like a mom in her mid 40s, right? Like Lexi, you should be saying to it like, I am a busy, crazy, chaotic, hectic mother of 3. You have 3, right?
Hmm.
Mother of 3. I have noticed these products are helping me with this, this, and this. Even if they're, because you just got started, even if they're small, small things that you've noticed, how can I share about this online? Right? Like use your story and your experience and then ask ChatGPT to help you expand that, right? Like Lynette, you could say, like, I am a grandma of this many kids and this many grandkids. I'm a busy salon owner. My husband is a farmer. I am loving these products. My husband is loving these products. Give me 3 to 5 different ways I could share about these on social media that would attract people to ask me questions about them. And then you read through it, and this is where our own discernment comes in, right? You read through it and you're like, oh, I like that one. I don't like that one. Like, oh, this one's so good. And then you can say that, be like, I really liked number 1. Number 2 was not my style, and it's going to remember that. So then when you ask it a question next week, it's going to remember Lynette didn't like the second question. So we're not going to play in that area, right? It's going to remember Lexi has 3 kids and is a busy mom. So she doesn't have a whole lot of time and we need to gear her post around this. Does that
Can
help?
Yeah.
Can I ask a different question too? So then when you're doing this, where do you guys take most of your like make images from?
Well, I know that we have a lot in some boards. Personally, I just use mine. Like I just use a post I have or a picture that I have. Um, Sarah, do you want to speak to this one a little bit?
Sure. Specifically images like about a certain product, Lex, like
Yeah.
rated. So I have a few that I've saved that we can upload to boards that are just kind of like ones I use regularly. And then I have just come to follow lots of people from Make. And honestly, everyone's so abundant. So if you see something that I post, that Wendy posts, that, image, just screen share. I mean, obviously screen, cut it, grab it. So I've just been able to kind of add in some leaders. And so seeing things from different teams of like aesthetics that I like, then I'll save them to my phone. I have an album in my phone with Make
Yeah.
images so that I have, can pick them pretty easily.
Will you send me any of your like favorite people in our text thread?
Yeah.
The other thing was, so ChatGPT though is not gonna provide any of that. It's just for the text.
Well, you could ask it to come up with a Canva for you. It's not the best at that, but it does do
Yeah.
no
But I
case.
mean, it's not gonna have any of the like, I just mean like with Kopy Kraft, like because it's been fed all this information, it's not being fed any of their like graphics, like the ones that come from corporate.
Ooh, I haven't tried it. Have you, Wendy?
I mean, I haven't tried it. It most definitely probably has that capability. I certainly do not use ChatGPT for images.
Okay, I will tell you this too. I don't know if this is like how it is on your version too, but when I was doing that, I touched a button because I didn't know what it was. And like in this, I don't even know if it'll focus like
Yep.
that. It totally just now my other conversation is completely gone.
Okay, so now
it's like a temporary save thing or delete.
it might be the button you push might just open up a new conversation. So your old conversation.
How would you go back to it?
Your old
I
conversation.
don't even see how I could go back to it.
So do you see the what we call like the hamburger, the 3 lines on the left side? Click that.
Mm-hmm.
And then your conversation should be there when you scroll down. I also, you'll see there when you click on that side button, you guys, when you click on this side button and it opens up
Got it.
all
It's
of these
under
side things here, you have the option to make projects. So like think of them like chapters or sections or organization. So I make projects. So then like I have a project that I can put conversations into that are just for make wellness creation, content creation. And then I have a project for a lot of other things, right? Like we use ChatGPT for almost everything. Like my kids, I'm teaching my kids how to use it. One of my middle daughters just asked ChatGPT to create her, like a Bible study plan her and her friends could read through. My husband uses it for everything imaginable when he needs to fix things in the house or, you know, uh, he'll take a picture of it and ask it how to fix it. I mean, we use it for a lot of things like that. So it is endless, the opportunities.
So, Wendy, where do you find? So, last night when I was putting my story together, I hit a button and I felt like I went out and I lost it and I went back in and it was gone. I had to start all over. So, where would I go to find it?
Top left of your screen, you're going
Right.
to see 2 lines.
Right.
If you click those 2 lines,
Right.
it should open up like your sidebar.
Yeah.
So if you swipe down on that sidebar, do you see like what I would call a conversation, and that you can click on, and then it would open it up.
No, I don't. I just see the Chat GPT library, GPTs with the little four.
Yeah. And then there's nothing underneath that?
I don't, no. I see new project. Oh, the treadmill fall.
There you go. See? You found it.
I just need to read farther down.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. So it should, each conversation you, and then you can just like keep in one conversation, or you can start new ones as well.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I think this is a great place to wrap up for the recording. So we're going to end that here.